Black fist be part of the army. Haile Selassie and Marcus Garvey. Big up Tupac, Illuminati. Before Bruce Lee and Mr. Miyagi, it's a black man that created karate.
Yes. Greetings, family. Greetings. I'm filled with honor. Thank you, ShakaRa, for the very humbling introduction. Malcom X called Patrice Lumumba the greatest African the greatest black man to have ever walked the African continent. And you know, that touches my heart. And to be someone, I was born in Kinshasa. My family came here to London in the early 90s as refugees, and to be able to tell that story and to continue that, and to see all the faces here who have gathered for such an event fills me with pride. I'm a spoken word artist. You know, it's quite interesting how we start our traditions. In Congo, we do the same thing by asking permission from the elders to allow us to continue. So humbly, I'm going to ask the elders in this room if I may recite some poetry. Is that all right with you guys? Yeah. Good. All right. Someone else is going to carry that message, then let them carry it. But for me, hopefully I'm inspiring and inspiring the generations to come, and people will tell their stories. My father used to tell stories, and we speak a lot of the times, and what he's taught me is that even though it's not been overt, but a lot of it has centered what I've come to believe in for myself. When I put my hand in the air, I want you all to shout out and say, I am blessed. Right? Let's do a little practice. We'll get a little practice warm up.
I am blessed.
That's alright, We can go a little bit better. Go a little bit better. A bit louder. Turn out a little bit.
I am blessed.
Good. Alright, now let's reach the mountaintop.
I am blessed.
I wake up in the morning.
I am blessed.
And so I smile like Hakeem the Prince, cause I'm feeling like royalty. Blessed like the Pope who secretly worshipped the Black Madonna. Blessed like I just had lunch with the Dalai Lama and I asked him, what is the meaning of life? And he replied,
I am blessed.
Like I just confessed. And an angel came down and parted the skies, and I could see my ancestor. I could see my grandfather standing by my ancestor's side. I collide with my history. But I am blessed because I know only the truth will set us free. This life is a mystery, like Sirius A and B, but
I am blessed.
So I shine like the sun in another galaxy. But you don't see me, and now we move freely, but freedom came at a price. If freedom was free, ask yourself, who paid the price for slavery? But in spite of any misery,
I am blessed.
The violence, the poverty, all the wars, I am blessed because I know there's always something to be thankful for. Blessed like the Moors who ruled and set up schools from Timbuktu to Salamanca. Blessed like the OMX pyramid complex, spiritual text written from the solar plexus, the nexus that connects us to the sun. Blessed like African gods, Olodumare, Yahweh, Horus or Jesus. Blessed like the very first time I opened my eyes and I saw truth. Blessed like the time I thought I was too blind to love until I saw you, Africa. So remember,
I am blessed.
No matter what you're going through. The oppression has been so strong that we've often felt invalidated when we speak about ourselves. You know, one of my experience when I was at university, a friend of mine who I didn't know was Congolese. We used to play basketball together. We were walking through campus and we decided, and we were speaking in Lingala quite proudly. And two other people saw us and they're kind of like laughing at the fact that, you know, we were speaking in Ghana. Oh, look at these freshies, where have they come from? So we were like, no, we're not freshies. Well, we're from here as well, but we're speaking our language. So it's about removing ourselves of that indoctrination and having pride in our Africanness, wherever we go. So this next poem is a dedication to hip hop, and I grew up in that hip hop culture. I wasn't exposed to African centered thought at all growing up, but at least not overtly, not consciously, but hip hop was something that really contributed to that. And so this is a dedication to it. Have you got any hip hop fans in the house? Yeah, hip hop is revolutionary, it's ancient, So this is a dedication to it. It's called I Found Hip Hop. I found hip hop lying in a comatose state on a cassette tape labeled 1998. So I put it in the radio and pressed play. And the first place I heard hip hop was in my mother's voice.
The weight of her pain was too heavy for her words to explain, but I could see it written clearly across her face. So I kept looking, and I found hip-hop. An ancient tradition now sold out by capitalism, so the only return we get on an investment is cash money, 50 cents and 2 chains. I found hip-hop on a runaway slave with 2 chains. One around his feet, the other around his brain, so go figure. And excuse me if I still feel the pain if someone calls me and says, that's mine. Because on them shits, they used to say, that's mine. Think quicker. History is bigger than cultural appropriation. I am African. We are one people from many nations. I found hip-hop in the struggle, in the Haitian rubble and the Congo mist. Olympic podium, clenched fist, the war cry of Toussaint Louverture and Dessalines, and the poetry of Patrice Lumumba's Independence Day speech, and the flow of a Thomas Sankara freestyle on the roads of Burkina Faso. Our brothers on the corner getting lean, leech on the blood that flows in the veins of a crack fiend, all the while trying to forget the pain. The day a pregnant teen makes her way to the abortion clinic, turning her womb into a tomb, her cervix into a cemetery. Too soon, so many warriors we lose. We choose to confuse the truth from the lies. I found hip-hop on the estates, scriptures scratched inside dodgy lists, broken gates, graffiti etched on walls like hieroglyphs. Grandmother carrying the family shopping up the stairs on a rainy day. See, starting from the means nothing if your people are still there. But we all know that certain guys aren't hip-hop anyway. See, hip is the knowledge. Like the construction of the pyramids, the spiritual mathematics, the Shango bone of the Bantu Congo, hip is the knowledge. Like the school kid who gets sent out of class for asking challenging questions. Hip is the education that we never receive in the mainstream institutions, and hop is the movement. Like Gil Scott Heron talking about the revolution will not be televised. Hop is the movement. Like how Marcus Garvey has 6 million followers worldwide. Hop is the movement. Like the sisters who led the revolution, Yaya Santua, Kipa Vita, and Nani of the room. See, if we're not careful, they'll do to hip hop just like they did jazz, rock, and blues. So you recognize the sound, but you won't know its roots. So to hip hop, you've got to stay true. I'm talking about hip hop. So don't act like you never heard the Thieves Banquet kill the radio. The people know it's common sense that there is a light, a black star that shines below the heaven. We've got the blueprint to the constellations, brand new bends across astral navigations, across both skies, black on both sides of the universe. Genius is a gift and a curse of humanity. This is my sideline story. In my country, I'm up for presidents to represent me. I'm up for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for dead presidents to represent. I didn't find hip hop. Hip hop found me. Thank you.
If we think collectively, like our energies, and we put them together, and then we're unstoppable. But it's about getting to that stage, and we arrive at it at different stages. Like Brother Malcolm said, don't criticize those who did not want, who do not know, because you also once did not know. So I know I've been there at that stage where I was very much the kid who didn't know. So it's about giving each other also space to grow and to come into that space and making it open, just like events like this.
It's called Something Beautiful, and I wrote this based off a Congolese saying that we have. Is anyone from Congo in the house?
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, we're all from Congo. You know what I mean? That's the African unity, yeah? So we're all from Congo, we're all from Nigeria, we're all from Cameroon, we're all from Sudan, we're all from Jamaica, and so on. We're one African people, we're global people, right? And in Congo, the Lingala people, the Bangala people where I'm from, we have a saying, and this saying goes, saying in Lingala, and that means no matter how dark it gets through the night, the sun will always rise. The sun will always rise. No matter how dark it gets through the night, the sun will always rise. And so what that means is no matter what you're going through, no matter how difficult situations may get, always keep on, because the light will come. The light will come. And we're the people, our journey's been long. Our road has been long, but we're on our way, and we're still going, we're still going. So this poem is called Something Beautiful. And whenever I'm in environments like this, I feel energized, and it's something that stays with you. So we rarely get to meet up in circumstances like this, in situations like this, so we're honouring our traditions, where we're honouring our ancestors, our own people, and so hopefully this poem is a reflection of that. Something beautiful is happening. right here, right now, in this room, lifting the gloom from our consciousness. Like when the light of the moon reflects off open water into the night, something beautiful is happening. Caterpillar to butterfly, rose blossom, spring bloom, two star-crossed lovers' eyes meet for the first time. From across the room, I dreamed. When I was 2, my grandmother sat me on her knee and said, "Mokili oyo ezali yayo. Namanobana kukumsango kitoko." And just like you, I didn't understand what she said, but the feeling stayed with me. And as I got older, I asked my father, and he replied, "Your grandmother talked because she didn't have much time left. I haven't seen her since, but wherever she is, she stays with me, a woman that I never knew." On that day, something beautiful happened when I first wrote poetry. The ground no longer knew the weight of my feet. I felt my soul rise eternally. I started at infinity and retraced my steps back to the beginning, so I knew both where I was coming from and where I was going and where I belong. Where I belong, to the constellation of the stars. Steep, man, steep.
My name is JJ Bola. You're watching gotKush TV.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is.